Good.
I guess coming out of the first weekend, did all right. First weekend.
I'm not sure. Something like that. Something around there, yeah. Yeah, it was good, to get out there, play a different team. But I think, top to bottom in the lineup, everyone feels like they're in a pretty good spot going into this weekend.
How would you rate Nate Thompson's shoe game?
Ooh, up there for sure. I know Coach Van Horn has some sneaky shoe game too. Doesn't show it off as much, but it's there. So I think all of them do. I've seen them all rocking some pretty impressive kicks.
So coming into this event, I know that you've been here before, but playing a Major League ballpark, man, what's that like as a college baseball player?
Yeah, it's surreal, especially, a ballpark like this, a couple years old. It's actually unbelievable. But yeah, over the ever since we played here, last year, everyone asked, what are you looking forward to? Not the most necessarily, but, a couple, series or whether it's tournaments, stuff like that. And I'm definitely always mentioned Globe Life. Super pumped to get back out here. It's a pretty unreal experience.
I know you're a position player, but we've asked a couple of your pitchers about just game day superstitions, rituals.
Yeah.
We've heard everything from wearing the same underwear to eating salmon every day. You got anything in particular you roll with?
I don't. I'm not super big on the superstitions,
Okay.
just because sometimes you're put in a spot where you can't if you don't. I don't know, just wherever you're staying, maybe where you're playing, stuff like that. So I'm not huge on it. I think pitchers are more big on that than position players are, but and that might be because they go out there once a week and that's it. Guys like us, we get to roll out there dang near every single day. So maybe that's the difference there, but I'm not big on it.
And you've been here before. I mean, you have conversations with some of the freshmen or the younger guys who haven't played a venue like this.
Yeah.
And then are there any particular adjustments that really stand out to you?
I think for them, it's just realizing. I remember last year, I think Robinette pinch hit for me in the Oklahoma State game, late in the Oklahoma State game, and I was like, listen, man, obviously it looks a lot bigger, but at the end of the day, it's the same sport that we've been doing, day in and day out. It was later in the game. I said, there's no reason to stress. Go up there, have fun. And I think you went up there facing a tough lefty and, hit one super hard through the 4-hole. And that was super cool for him. But yeah, just an example like that is, it's the same stuff that we've been doing day in, day out practice. So no reason to press anything like that. Just go out there and have fun.
You do anything about Oregon State staff, what they might feel?
We haven't had any meetings or anything like that on it. I do know they're extremely talented. It's lineup, arms, all that type of stuff. I'm assuming we'll dive into that early tomorrow morning. Have a couple meetings, going more depth into it. Obviously I've heard a couple of things, but they're legit on both sides of the ball, so it'll be a really, really good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Are there any adjustments as far as playing out in the field between Baum-Walker and a stadium like this?
Yeah, definitely. Just dimensions-wise, and that goes wherever you're playing. So, they do a really good job here on these, pregame practices the day before, getting out there and getting acclimated with all the dimensions, whether it's lights, gaps, all that kind of stuff. So, usually you get a feel for that in the Thursday practice or whether if that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. So they do a really good job helping us out with that.
Appreciate it, man.
Media.
Good.
All right, man, so just talk to us about last weekend. You got to see a lot of the different pitchers out there. Just how you feel like the overall pitching staff did last weekend and also heading into this weekend.
For sure, yeah. I think they did a good job. We had some young arms that got a chance to get some innings in, like Gabe Gackel. I got the opportunity to catch Colin Fisher, and, he lit it up in his first start, his debut. I think he's going to have a really good career for us here for the Razorbacks. So, overall, I think we did a good job. Really looking forward to Hagen coming out tomorrow night and giving us a good start.
Yeah, what are you expecting from Hagen?
I expect him to fill up the zone and compete. Last weekend wasn't like him. I know it was really cold out there. He's the first to tell you he's not going to make excuses for himself, but, it's tough to pitch in those kind of conditions. So, I'm looking forward to watching him bounce back and have a good start tomorrow night.
We talked to some pitchers, some outfielders out here about just an adjustments to make in the ballpark like this. Is there anything specific to the catching position that's a little bit different?
No, I wouldn't say so, actually. What's good about catching is you don't get to see all the people behind you.
There you go,
in every
yeah.
stadium you're in, there's always a batter's eye right behind the pitcher, so you're more worried about that. So, for us, it's more about pop-up communication and stuff. You can lose the ball up in the roof and everything, so just getting acclimated to that is what we're trying to do on a day like today.
What have your impressions been so far of Ryder Helfrich and the start that he's gotten?
He's a stud, man. He's the future of this program. I've heard Coach Van Horn talk about it, and he's very mature and he works really hard, and I think he's got a long career in this game, and anything I can do to help him, I'm going to be there for him. We have a good relationship on and off the field, so if he ever needs anything, he knows that I'm always there for him.
superstitious at all in any way?
Not really. No.
I asked a bunch of guys. I think Gage Wood said he wears the same underwear and he eats
Salmon.
salmon. Hagen eats Jersey Mike's before.
I would say Chick-fil-A. I eat Chick-fil-A just about every day before the game. I'll find it wherever we're at. So yeah.
That
that's
might
my
make the most sense of anything we've
Yeah,
heard.
that's my superstition. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think, as far as players that were on the team last year, pitchers wise at least, coming to this year, like who do you think's made the biggest jump that you've just seen from catching behind them?
I could give you a couple guys. I'd probably say, Gage Wood was really good last year, but I think just his composure and his maturity from last year to this year is really impressive. I think he's going to be one of our best bullpen arms this year, obviously. I think Christian Fouch has made some really big jumps. Parker Coyle, Cooper Dossett. I know you guys haven't got to see Dossett yet, but his stuff has really improved, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him getting the chance to get on the mound for us.
Okay.